You probably remember actor Peter Billingsley as Ralphie, the young boy obsessed with getting a Red Ryder BB gun in the movie A Christmas Story. But you might not know he also made a cameo in the more modern Christmas classic Elf. So who better to discuss the challenges and joys of making Christmas movie magic with director Jon Favreau.
You're going to help me make it fly. Well, looks like we got a short on the thermocoupler.
At the beginning of the movie Elf, it's becoming clear to Will Ferrell's character Buddy that he's not exactly the Santa's helper he thinks he is.
Oh, I know that. Hey, Ming Ming.
And there I am playing the boss Ming Ming, calling out Buddy for being the worst toy maker ever.
That puts you 915 off the pace.
Jon Favreau directed the story of a human raised by Santa's elves at the North Pole.
Part of why I asked you to cameo in the film was because I wanted some of the Christmas Story, that good mojo. That was our goal. We were half joking, saying maybe someday this will be like Christmas Story, where every year you'll watch it.
A Christmas Story wasn't the only source of inspiration. Jon rewrote the original, much darker screenplay and studied classic TV Christmas specials like this one.
I knew that nose would be useful someday.
Which, like its namesake, has gone down in history.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Rudolph, made in 1964, was painstakingly shot frame by frame with stop-motion puppets and is the longest-running, highest-rated TV special of all time.
Buddy the Elf was a kid that grew up in a Christmas special.
Hello, Buddy.
Oh. Hi, Leon.
And to keep the look of the film like one of those old classics, Favreau chose not to use modern computer-generated effects, and instead went with an old-school technique, something called forced perspective. You can see how it's done in the DVD extra.
You have two different sets that line up. The person in the closer set will appear to be larger than the person in the set further back.
Buddy's elf costume was modeled after the elf's outfit, like Hermes. You know, the dentist.
Costume was important. It looks
Right.
almost like he's a puppet, you know, and the tights and the boots and the hat. And then he was extremely brave wearing that costume.
When Elf was made in 2003, Ferrell was not yet a movie star. Fresh out of SNL, he had been part of an ensemble cast in a decidedly different movie, the adult R-rated comedy Old School.
We're going streaking!
One of the things that stood out to me was how good the comedy is. Christmas Story is funny, but Elf is laugh out loud funny.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Here? I know him.
Where I found the comedy was to be very sincere about the Christmas story of it, but then have him go to New York where it's the real world and Jimmy Caan is your dad.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Oh, that was weird.
James Caan, famous for his role as quick-tempered Sonny Corleone in The Godfather.
You gotta get him close like this. Bing! You blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
Perfect casting, too, in James Caan,
Yeah.
because you couldn't get, certainly in screen history, any more opposite.
Sonny Corleone.
What? I am not going to tuck you in. All right, let's do this.
Some of the big names in the movie were unknowns at the time.
Yes!
Here's a pre-Game of Thrones Dinklage calling out Buddy in that now iconic fight scene.
Call me Elf one more time.
He's an angry elf.
And playing the part of the fake Santa at the department store.
Who the heck are you?
What are you talking about? I'm Santa Claus.
No, you're not.
That's Artie Lang, known for his 7-year stint as a sidekick to shock jock Howard Stern.
23 years I know this guy.
He took time off to come out, and I
So
thought
it was a
he
big
would-
get.
Oh yeah, he was great. He was so happy to be there too.
You stink.
And when he realizes the Santa is fake, Buddy gives us those now classic lines.
All right.
Smell like beef and cheese. You don't smell like Santa.
That's on for life.
because I made sure I smelled like beef and cheese. It was yours. I always smell like that. In Italian houses, that's a cologne.
You sit on a throne of lies.
There was a lot of improv up there. But you sit on a throne of lies. I think the first time I heard that was when he said it.
And then things got physical. It took the art department weeks to build that set and all those elaborate Christmas decorations.
So we had one day to destroy it. So Favreau says, just go nuts.
Okay. What have we got here?
I know it's empty cameo.
Yeah, yeah.
In them, you played the doctor in this. There's the DNA test.
It's fun to be in the movie and see myself. What I'm more proud of, actually, is the voice. The narwhal that comes up out of the water when Buddy's leaving North Pole. That's my voice. That's, bye, Buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
That's perfect.
That's the one that's on T-shirts and sweaters. I am a narwhal.
But what most people remember Elf for is how much they love it and how much they want to watch it every holiday season.
It's surprising how, each year it just gets higher and higher on people's lists. I wouldn't have predicted that, running around the streets of New York dressed as an elf. I thought this could be my last movie, and it went the other way. So I feel so fortunate. I'm so glad that that's become part of the, lexicon, yeah.
And next, he opened his doors and his beds to the victims of Hurricane Harvey.